Well said. The member for Marsabit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to add my voice to this very important bill that concerns the life of the vulnerable in our society. Honorable Speaker, when we speak about vulnerable people in our country, we have the senior citizens. The senior citizens maybe who have been working in the past, but today they live in a very poor situation in different parts of this country. They don't have anything that protects them against any danger. They don't have medical care. They don't have social protection. And even they don't have any of their relatives to support them. We also have people living with disability. In most of the parts in this country, people living with disability have been disadvantaged in many ways. And most of the time, African society look at them and they feel that, you know, any person living with disability is like a curse to that family or the relatives. And they hide them, they keep them, they are not exposed, they are not given opportunity to go for education, they are not given the opportunity for any protection against any danger, they are not even given medical care. And they end up suffering. Honorable Speaker, in addition to that, we have orphans. Children who have been orphaned and they have no parent to take care of them. And most of the time, even their relatives take advantage and they end up mistreating them. And this bill will come in and give them hope. And that is why, as I stand, I support this bill, because we'll be able to take care of the minority, the vulnerable, the people living with disability, the elderly, the orphans. And again, I want to talk about drug addiction. Drug addiction in our country is getting out of hand. Our young people, out of frustration, many of them have gone into drug addiction, and many of them are in need of going to rehabilitation centers. Honorable Speaker, as a country, we need to plan for them. We need to take care of them. We need to see how they can be rehabilitated and come back to the society. The parents of those who are drug addicted are suffering because they have no way to help them. And if this bill can also put into place how they can be assisted, that can really help. Honorable Speaker, another category of the vulnerable in our society is the people living with HIV/AIDS. We know very well that HIV/AIDS is something that affects our society and something that has been here with us for many years now, and many families are affected. And these are the vulnerables in our society that need serious attention. And this social protection bill will help all the people that are in need of the government support in every part of the country. And then we will be able, even for us as members of parliament, then we'll be able to know our needy people and support them through this bill. Honorable Speaker, we need to have serious data of all the categories that I have mentioned. And unless we have the data, we will not be able to take care of all the vulnerable people in our society. Simply because, like where I come from, we have people living in different parts of that country, Marsabit, and the distance between the headquarters and where the people are living is quite long, and we may not be able to know. So it is good for the government to take serious, to give serious attention in collecting the data of the vulnerable in every part of this country. And as we do that also, Honorable Speaker, one thing that can guide us is the poverty level in our country. The poverty level in our country is quite high. For example, Kenya as a country, over 39% live below the poverty level. Honorable Speaker, 40%, 39.6% is quite high. And to make the matters worse, the vulnerable in our societies are nowhere. And we have not given them much attention in the past. The 2,000 that the elderly people are given will not be able even to buy them medication. Like when you consider the poverty level, the county that I come from, Marsabit, it's at 66 point something percent, meaning that many people are living in that very poor situation. And when this social protection bill will come into place, then we'll be able to trace all of them where they are and give them the necessary support. Honorable Speaker, there is another challenge that I want to bring out as we register our people, and especially for those people who come from the border counties, like my county. Our people don't have the IDs. I thank the President who has now said that the IDs should be given without any serious vetting. Honorable Speaker, we have elderly people of over 70 years old who do not have IDs, and yet their children are graduates, their children have gone to universities, their children are working in Kenya, and yet they have been denied. So as we push for this bill, I want to also request the government to make sure that the elderly in our country, the elderly people in our country, and especially counties like Marsabit County, which is at the border, should be given special priority for people to be registered and given ID cards so that they can also qualify for this bill and for this social protection care, so that they can be given and they can be included in the list. Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, we need to create enough of awareness. We have so many policies that are there in place, but Kenyans don't understand. So the best thing that we can do as a government is to create awareness of the bills or their human rights, so that people at the village level, then they'll be able to know what belongs to them and be able to demand for their rights. Honorable Speaker, with those few remarks, I support the bill and I encourage the members of parliament to contribute positively so that this bill can be enacted and support our vulnerable people, the widows, the orphans, the people living with disability, the people living with HIV/AIDS, and all the others that need our attention. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I support.
Member for Seme.